Hello everyone, how you doing? It's Bill with the Vinylverse. I have a contest response today for my good friend Tim, DJ Highnoon. Tim recently passed the 300 subscriber mark. Congratulations, Tim. Great subscriber milestone. Wishing you many, many more. Hope, you definitely deserve it. Love you, love your channel. You're just a great guy, very personable. Awesome taste in music, but not only your subscriber milestone, but your 1 year anniversary in the vinyl community. You know me, we have a lot of parallels and a lot of similarities. I recently had my year anniversary. It's like we started right around the same time. So happy to have met you here, and so happy for your friendship. And just wanted to say congratulations to you. Well done. Keep doing what you're doing. You've got a great channel. These parallels that we have, I mean, it's kind of crazy, the stuff that we have in common, right down to our birthday. Same day, same month, same year we were born. Kind of crazy. Someday, Tim, we're gonna get together, hang out, go record digging, have a beer, and I can't wait for that day. So congratulations once again to you. Wishing you much more success with your channel and in life in general. So the contest, on the surface, this was an easy contest, but as I started thinking about it, it was much harder than I think it was meant to be, at least for me. The first part came to me immediately, and I'll get to that, but the second part, which has to do with lyrics, turned out to be a very big challenge for me. Took me a while to land on what I was going to talk about, or the lyrics I was going to share. So the first part of the contest, Tim wanted to have me showcase five albums that have a common theme amongst them. And like I said, this came to me immediately, and I'm going to show 5 albums that feature Bill Bruford on drums, across different bands. Bill Bruford is my favorite drummer. He's played with bands like Yes, King Crimson, Genesis, UK. He's had his own bands like Bruford, Earthworks. Just an amazing talent, and I wanted to share some of what he's played on. So, copyright willing, I'm going to share some video clips throughout this video of him playing, including King Crimson, which is highly copyrighted. So hopefully that'll go through. I'm going to try to keep it real short, see if I could squeak that one in there. So this book, this is Bill Bruford's autobiography. Came out around 2010, I believe. And I had the pleasure of going to a book reading and meet and greet with him at a Borders bookstore back then, 2010 I think it was, and he autographed it for me. So it was a great experience meeting, first of all, a legend, but one of your heroes. Here's a couple of pictures of him at the book reading and him signing this for me. So great memory for me. So getting started. Yeah, so he's just an amazing talent. He's very innovative, comes from a jazz background. He really has a very unique style that he's morphed over his career, easily in and out of different time signatures, very complex, very polyrhythmic, just fantastic. I love him. He's got this incredible snare drum sound, high pitched, so he can cut over. He developed it back in Yes, so he could play over Chris Squire's bass. That would kind of like drown out everything, his bass. So he developed this snare drum sound, and it really just cut through that, and very recognizable. So the first album I'm showing is Yes, the Yes album. Here's Bill here. Awesome album. This is their third album, and one of the highlights on it is the song Yours Is No Disgrace, and here's a quick clip of that. Right. So Bill moved on from Yes and joined the band King Crimson in 1972, and they played for another couple years, 72 to 74, and Robert Fripp kind of pulled the plug on King Crimson. But then they re-emerged in the early 80s, and Bill Bruford was back in the band for some time. So he's had a couple stints with King Crimson. The album I'm going to showcase here is Red, and this is my favorite King Crimson album. This is Bill here. This is 1974. What a killer album. From start to finish, this is just all killer, no filler. This is a top 10 album for me. Yeah, I just love it so much. So I'm going to play, if I can get away with it, a very short clip here of Bill playing with King Crimson the song Starless. Okay, let's see here, 1975. Bill is kind of in between bands, so he's basically a drummer for hire, and he played on albums from a bunch of his former bandmates, Rick Wakeman, Steve Howe, and Chris Squire. This is Chris Squire's solo album from 1975, Fish Out of Water. Another fantastic album, one of my absolute favorites. And Bill stands out on this album, in my opinion. Just awesome. So here is a short clip of the opening track, Hold Out Your Hand. All right, that was with Chris Squire, Bill Bruford with Chris Squire, Hold Out Your Hand. So let's move on to 1976. Like I had mentioned previously, Bill is drummer for hire, the band Genesis, my favorite. You see my picture up there. Peter Gabriel's no longer in the band. Phil Collins steps out to the front as a singer. He cannot. He needs to be the front man. They need a drummer. So Bill Bruford volunteers for the position because him and Phil had a mutual respect and a friendship. So he takes on the gig for that first album tour post Peter Gabriel, which was A Trick of the Tail. So he accompanies Phil on drums and plays with Genesis for a year. And this is Genesis Seconds Out. This came out in 1977. Bill Bruford is featured on this album on one track called The Cinema Show. And to me, it is one of the highlights of this album. So good. The dual drums, and especially because it's Bill Bruford. The remainder of the album is covered by Chester Thompson, who came on from 1977 on with Genesis as the touring drummer. So here is a clip, a pretty long clip of The Cinema Show. Enjoy. Okay, I love that. I love those Phil Collins and Bill Bruford playing together. Just awesome. Okay, so the year is 1978, and Bill Bruford reconnects with his old bandmate from King Crimson, John Wetton, the bass player and singer. And they form a band with the great virtuoso guitarist Alan Holdsworth, and also the great Eddie Jobson on violin and electronics, synthesizer type stuff. And they form the band UK. So this is Bill here, John Wetton, Alan Holdsworth, and Eddie Jobson. Fantastic album. It's very much prog, fusion, jazz rock, fusion rock, prog rock. Awesome album. This format of the band was basically a one and done. UK did continue on. Alan Holdsworth and Bill Bruford left, and they brought in Terry Bozzio as the drummer. But this album for me is just fantastic. And here's a clip of the opening track, In the Dead of Night. Okay, that was UK, In the Dead of Night. The quality of that video isn't the best, I know, so but it does show Bill pretty good there. So the following year, Bill, actually it may have even been the same year, Bill forms his own band, along with Alan Holdsworth, Dave Stewart, and Jeff Berlin. He forms the band Bruford. And here's his album One of a Kind. This is actually a white label promo gold stamp. So another fantastic album. Yeah, so Bruford made several albums, and they even toured with Annette Peacock. She did some vocals on some of the Bruford albums. So here is a little bit of the song 5G, which opens up side 2 of this album here. So Tim, that's the first part here. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm a big fan of Bill Bruford, and just wanted to showcase some of his playing for this video. So that was my theme. Different bands that Bill Bruford has played with. Yeah. So now the second part of this challenge, or contest, I should say. Showcase some of your favorite lyrics, either if they're meaningful to you or you just like them or whatnot. I can't remember if you said to do 2 or 3, so I'm just going to do 3, and I'm keeping these 3 sets of lyrics all from the same artist or writer, I should say, and that would be John Lennon. So John Lennon, really sharp mind he had, and he has written some of the most awesome lyrics in my opinion, even nonsensical, but the way his mind works and the way he's able to write them down, and I'm going to showcase that here a little bit. But the first one is a solo John Lennon song that he wrote, just called Love. And this song always just it's just a real sweet, moving song, soft, that I've always enjoyed, and a real simple lyric, but all based around the word love. And it goes, love is real, real is love, love is feeling, feeling love, love is wanting to be loved, love is touch, touch is love, love is reaching, reaching love, love is asking to be loved, love is you, you and me, love is knowing we can be, love is free, free is love, love is living, living love, love is needing to be loved. I've always loved that lyric, so I wanted to include that here. Now the next 2 are both Beatles songs. So I Am the Walrus. Crazy lyrics. But I just think it's awesome. And here we go. I'm just going to read the verses here. I am he, as you are me, and we are all together. See how they run like pigs from a gun, see how they fly. Sitting on a cornflake, waiting for the van to come. Corporation t-shirt, stupid bloody Tuesday. Man, you've been a naughty boy, you let your face grow long. Mr. City, policeman sitting, pretty little policemen in a row. See how they fly like Lucy in the sky, see how they run. Yellow matter custard, dripping from a dead dog's eye. Crab-a-locker fishwife, pornographic priestess. Boy, you've been a naughty girl, you let your knickers down. Expert, texpert, choking smokers, don't you think the Joker laughs at you? See how they smile like pigs in the sty, see how they snide. Semolina pilchard, climbing up the Eiffel Tower. Elementary penguin singing Hare Krishna. Man, you should have seen them kicking Edgar Allan Poe. Crazy, crazy lyrics. And I just love it. And of course, his delivery in singing them is just brilliant. Really amazing how his mind worked. Now, the last one I wanted to do is Across the Universe. And again, I'll just read the verses here. But just the way he writes them, just brilliant in my opinion. So it goes, words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither wildly as they slip away across the universe. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through my opened mind, possessing and caressing me. Images of broken light which dance before me like a million eyes, they call me on and on across the universe. Thoughts meander like a restless wind inside a letterbox, they tumble blindly as they make their way across the universe. Sounds of laughter, shades of life are ringing through my opened ears, inciting and inviting me. Limitless, undying love, which shines around me like a million suns, it calls me on and on across the universe. I don't know how somebody writes something like that. So, those are the lyrics I wanted to feature here from John Lennon. So, Tim, that's my contest entry. I hope you liked it. Great contest. I've been enjoying watching all the other entries. Highly entertaining. So good luck to everybody who's made an entry. If you, for some reason, aren't familiar with Tim's channel, DJ Highnoon, there's a link below. Check him out. You won't be disappointed. Great guy, obviously. I love the guy to death. And he's got the most calming, soothing voice in the VC. He's huggable. And he gets angry with his phone a lot, which is very entertaining. So Tim, congratulations once again, and best of luck to you and your channel. Thanks for the contest. I'm going to wrap it up here, and everyone take care. Go sub Tim if you're not familiar. Give him some love, and I will catch up with everybody again soon. Take care now. Bye.